Hello friends, we are in the Tonto National Forest, north of Phoenix, Arizona, and we're doing some channeling today. We love to do these channeling videos in nature because, well, look at it. Look at that. Yes, folks, we are in the desert. Most people think of death when they're thinking of the desert, but it is alive and well. We're into monsoon season, so there's rain and water and all sorts of growth around here and plants. But yeah, today we're going to be doing some channeling, and we wanted to show that Tara channels people as well. A living, dead, anything she can potentially connect to, she's been able to channel. And we wanted to do Doreen Virtue today. I don't know much about her, honestly. The only thing I do know is that she made a bunch of tarot decks and oracle decks, and then she switched over to Christianity or Catholicism or some religion, I don't know. But we're just gonna see, where she was at. When we connect to people, we set our intentions for the highest good. So we don't want to pry into any personal things. We're only going to be given information that her higher self thinks we can know. Basically, that's how it's worked so far. She's going to try to connect to her higher self, Tara's higher self, to Doreen Virtue's higher self, if she has one. And that's what we're going to try to do. Tara's just around the bend. She's grounding, she's connecting, and she's shielding. The water is kind of low. Usually all this green is a stream or a river. I wouldn't call it a river. Oh, there she is. She's saying okay. It's kind of dry right now, though. We're just sitting in the shade. It's about 90 degrees, but it's not so bad in the shade. All right. Grounded, connected, and shielded?
Yep.
Very good. And who have we connected to?
My higher self.
Okay. Can we speak with Doreen Virtue?
Person or soul?
First, the soul.
She's this light, like the skin is light, and the blue eyes, like stereotypical alien. She has all these antennae on her head, like hair, but it's antennae.
Do you think you could speak a little louder? Okay. So is her soul, which dimension is her soul in?
5.
Okay. What is her soul's goal overall at this time?
Trying to understand ego programming. Understand connection to spirit. Understand how good the programming technology has become, mimicking soul, connection, intuition.
Okay, so what is this soul's intention with this incarnation of Doreen Virtue?
To live a life dualistically connected to soul, source, and fully live in ego programming.
So the soul wants to experience connection but move towards the ego?
To see how ego is affected when fully living in soul, but also how soul is affected by fully living in ego.
So the ego, Doreen Virtue, will experience polarity.
Yes.
Is this why her spiritual beliefs changed?
Yes.
Was her spiritual beliefs before moving towards religion more in alignment with her soul or her ego?
Both.
Ah. She was in balance.
Yes.
Why was that balance then disrupted?
Disruption creates learning.
So she moved towards religion in order to better experience the ego?
It's a balance of a different sort.
Ah. She's still in balance.
Yes.
How is her current balance different than previously?
Previously, there was a feeling of thinking the soul was in charge, but everything was in balance. No one more in charge than the other. Now feeling like her ego is in charge, the logic, but still it's in balance. No one in charge greater than the other.
Is Tara and I's understanding that we seek to remove the ego completely? Is this a type of balance?
Yes. Not a balance within you, but a balance energetically outside of you.
So Doreen Virtue is balanced in the third dimension, is what you're saying.
Yes.
What about in the fourth dimension and higher?
Fourth dimension balance of sorts, not for five.
Not for five. So in fifth dimension, she's skewed towards a polarity.
Yes.
Could we could we possibly understand this from our 3D perspective?
No.
That's what I thought. Okay. What will Doreen Virtue learn by moving towards religion? What will be her main lesson in that?
In one spirit connection, it was living in the uncertainty, which gave lessons to the ego, but also living in the ego, which gave balance. Now, there is certainty in this connection with spirit because there is less uncertainty with a religion. religion needs an ego. So her ego is thriving in this, but it's also maintaining a spirit connection.
I personally believe that once you awaken to the outer world, it's impossible to go back to the ego. But she's proof that it isn't. Where did I go wrong?
Nothing is fully without the other. There needs to be some sort of either physicality, essence of it, knowledge of it, to fully rid yourself of the ego. You still know of it. You have experienced it.
Right.
You know its energy. So it's not fully connection to spirit, just more imbalance of the energy.
That makes sense. So it's never good to judge a person, but especially not Doreen Virtue, because she's on a path that few understand. Is this fair to say?
Everybody's mission, soul mission, energetic missions are different. The 3D human is not meant to understand the missions of others, so that the focus can be on your own. Those who are meant to be within mission with you will have found you, and you will have found them.
Very good. We'll find who we're meant to find. I think that's all the questions I have. So if we could thank her higher self for sharing.
Doniatute.
Get her some water.
Yeah,
Get her
some
some
water
water.
here.
It's hot, huh?
Not hot, just woo.
Well, that was a fun one.
That was interesting. It was very, like, it didn't take a lot out of me to do that one. Actually, right. No energy at all.
Yeah, she seems like a 5D being. You're at least a 5D being in spirit, so
yeah,
it's like talking to yourself, really.
So yeah, that was okay.
Very good. All right, well, we're gonna sign off and enjoy the desert here.
Yeah.
The green desert. It's beautiful. All right, guys, thanks for watching.
All right, see ya.